Hello, Marvel zombies. Marvel, I guess, kind of dropped a bomb on us this past week. I watched the little conference with the head editors of Marvel discussing their plans for Secret Wars. And this is, well, technically Secret Wars 3, but, I guess they're not going to call it that. It is probably what they call the biggest event they've ever had. And yeah, I know they say that for every fucking event they do, but this one does seem kind of important. Essentially, the way I've had it explained to me, and I'm still kind of getting all the details, so forgive me if by the time you watch this, quite a few details have changed. But this is what I understand at this moment. This is something that Jonathan Hickman's been building in Fantastic Four and especially in Avengers, as it's been building, is that there's this cosmic problem that's been causing the universes to collide, and it's usually two at a time, one destroying the other. And that's going to be happening to our, well, the 616 universe and the Ultimate Universe. And the Ultimate Universe, I believe, is going to be colliding into the 616 universe, if I'm not mistaken. And once that happens, something called Battle World is going to be created. And there will be no Ultimate Universe, there's going to be no 616, there's going to be only Battle World. And what comes out of that will be the Marvel Universe from then on. And a few things struck me, because every time Marvel does something big, everybody screams reboot. And there's been this feeling in the last few years in comic book fandom that Marvel is going to do a reboot sooner or later, especially since after New 52 over at DC. But that feeling has been lingering a little bit for the last few years. But it did really ramp up after New 52. And it's interesting because some people think, oh man, they're totally going to reboot. They totally should. And others are screaming, man, they're gonna reboot and they should not. It's amazing. Both camps feel this way, and they both have opposite feelings on it. And that's what a lot of people thought Marvel Now was going to be. And I disagree, obviously, with the idea of Marvel needing to reboot. Their continuity can be slightly bruised in some places of the universe, but it's 70 fucking years old. I mean, come on, there's going to be problems. For the most part, I think Marvel has done a pretty good job. What they do is every time they update their characters, they basically change the details. They keep the same, origins and stories, but, for instance, Tony Stark didn't get injured in Korea. He got injured in Vietnam. I mean, he got injured in Iraq. Kind of goes on and on and on. Thankfully, there's a war every 10 or 20 years that we can use for that. Anyway, so that's one of the things I've been really kind of proud of, and I think the company of Marvel, I think, is kind of proud of that, actually. But this is the most reboot-ish thing I've seen from Marvel. Now, what I remember, I don't know if you've read Secret Wars, but Secret Wars essentially is about this infinite character, the Beyonder. And he apparently just gets bored one day and decides to pit superheroes from planet Earth versus their prospective villains, and builds a planet for them to fight on. And he takes pieces of planets all over the galaxy. All over the universe, actually, excuse me, and fuses them together in one planet, and have them fight on it. That wasn't repeated in Secret Wars 2. Secret Wars 2 happens on Earth. But I think that's kind of mirroring what we're going to be getting at, what I hear about this battle world, because, a lot of these books will be taking place in these different countries. And I think what we're going to be seeing is, this hasn't been said out loud, at least I don't think so yet, but I think this battle world is going to be a combination of the 616 and Ultimate planets, kind of like fused into one planet, where they're all kind of forced to fight. And I don't know. I guess whoever wins, gets the universe. I think that's pretty much how it's supposed to be. So, from what I gather, I don't think this. You might call it a reboot, or might. I don't know if I can call it a reboot, because it's not a reboot if it doesn't change the histories of the characters in the past. At least that's what I think. Now, if it does change the origins of and histories of most of their line, let's not even say all of it, just most of it, then you can call it a reboot. But if the histories of the characters are still the same, but the universe is all different afterwards, then I don't know, maybe a relaunch? I don't know. It might not even qualify as a relaunch. Now that I think about it, this is a little bit of a different scenario. DC has never done this in this kind of way. So it looks like Marvel might be doing a Crisis-like event and still figuring out how to keep their continuity, which is an interesting trick if this is what I think they're pulling off. So I'm not scared or upset, or I'm not going to burn my Marvel Comics in effigy and, stop reading their books and shit like that. This sounds interesting. I haven't picked up an event for a while, because events are not usually that important. Unless, you count Marvel making money as important, then yeah, they're really important. But this one does seem like it's going to have a lasting effect, at least over 2 years or 6 months, which is the average lasting time most of these events have. So I'm definitely going to be picking this one up, and I'll be reviewing as it goes. I probably won't buy too many side books, no satellite books for me, unless, shit goes on and, like, Daredevil and Captain Marvel and blah, blah, blah. I'll buy those books, obviously. But I'm going to try and, if I can just keep buying the same books. I understand that, excuse me, from the press conference video, the first two are pretty expensive. Like, issue 2 is almost like a book. It's going to be thick. So we're going to be getting a lot of information on this stuff. I think that's it for now. That's my initial reaction. I'm not worried. I guess I'm fascinated, really, with what's going on. So I will say this: if this is a reboot, totally, like a reboot, one every 70 years is okay. I guess that's not so bad. But hey, Marvel, you have to wait 70 more years if this is a reboot. Don't do it every 2 years like somebody else I know. I think that's it for now. That's all I really have to say about it. I'm going to be picking this book up, and I'm pretty excited about possibility of bringing Miles Morales into the regular 616, which I think is a big part of this. Marvel really likes that character. A lot of fans like that character. And it's time to kind of, I guess, wrap up the Ultimate Universe. But we really like this one guy, so let's keep him. I think that's what we're going to be doing. What we'll call him when he gets over here, will he be Spider-Man also? We have 2 Hawkeyes. I guess we could have 2 Spider-Men. Who knows? I think that's it for now, so push the button, Lindsay.